Our next guests are from Big Brothers Big Sisters, match specialist Sarah Harris and board member Audra Sales. Welcome.
Thank you.
And both are big sisters too. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you put, you know, your, I guess you put your money in your mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yep.
So it's not enough to just be part of the mission, but you actually live it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
How long have you been a big sister?
I've been a big since, let's see, we hit our 2-year anniversary in October. So a little over 2 years.
Cool.
I just hit my year anniversary with my little, so we went out and we celebrated and had a good time.
Oh, cool. So there's a big sister anniversary. Your
Yes.
first
So
a match-iversary.
a match anniversary.
match
that we
anniversary.
like to have.
Match-iversary.
Yes.
Well, that's neat. A couple of big annual events are fast approaching, and today we're going to talk about them. And they're, I think both are to spread the word, but also get people, maybe get some new big sisters and big brothers out of it.
Yes,
Yep.
I would really love to have more bigs in the process. We have about 50 children waiting for a big brother or big sister. So we would love to get the ball rolling and have more bigs.
Yes, that's a lot in the waiting list.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it mostly boys that are waiting?
So the majority of the list is boys, but there is a good number of girls. And we have, I like to say my bigs come in all shapes and sizes, and so do the littles. They all have different interests, and they all have different things that they struggle with or need help with. And so we try to match them the best we can.
I've noticed at the events that you've had, you typically will pick up a new big or two just from hearing the stories and seeing the experiences. So that's pretty cool. You guys
Yeah.
get that. So let's talk about, I think, mentor appreciation. Dinner's first.
Yep. That's coming up on the 25th, which by my math is what? Next week? I think.
Next week.
Coming up quicker than I think it should. So this is an event that's a little bit special. Most of our events are about bringing in other people. This event is really for people that are already within our organization and to just show appreciation for them, being mentors for them, taking the time and the energy to commit to their littles. Because I think a lot of times, you know, we as a board always appreciate it, but it's not always something we like show them in an event. And so every year we like to show them in an event that we appreciate that they are the heart of the organization. Without bigs, we can't have Big Brothers Big Sisters. So that's what that event is about. Sometimes we have people bring, you know, a friend too, and they may pick up an application or become interested that way too, but it's not really the core part of that event. This is really to celebrate and show our appreciation for all of our mentors that we have, our bigs.
Yeah, it's like the Golden Globes. There are a lot of different categories and different honors you present.
Yep.
JTV, we've won an award before at this. Yeah.
Yep. And so we have, like you said, lots of different awards that we give to board members, to bigs, to organizations that assist our organization. And it's just a night about honoring everybody that helps support this organization, helps us be successful.
And you don't have to be connected to the organization to go to the event.
Yep.
So sell tickets in advance. People should let you know.
So there is limited seating and limited for this event because we want to keep it for the bigs and for the people that have supported us over the last year. But if someone's interested in wanting to attend, they should just call our office and we can figure out all of the details that we have to do from there.
Yep.
Yeah, who knows? You might end up being a big brother or big sister.
Absolutely.
And then you have your bowling event coming up.
Yes. That event is coming up in March. We do it every March. This is really one that is a lot of fun. This is another one of those events that is meant for the community to come in. It's a fundraiser for us, but it's also an event where we can talk to people about being a big. We can talk to people about what it means and what it doesn't mean. I think a lot of people come to it with expectations of it being a really large time commitment that it just isn't. And so all of those are kind of things that the board members and bigs are there to talk about at that event. But it's also just a night to have fun. It includes bowling, it includes food, the shoe rental, and it's a lot of fun to go to.
Talk about hesitations that people might have. Time, that must be a huge one that people get concerned about. So before you both became big sisters, what were some of the things that you felt might be holding you back?
I would say time was one of them, but also your own insecurities kind of like play up when you're ever thinking about doing something like this. And so in my mind it was, am I going to be valuable to this kid? Is this kid gonna like me? Kind of like those like thoughts that you just, any of your insecurities kind of play into these decisions. But you just have to remember that kids just want someone to hang out with. And the way we match is we match based on preferences. So if you like going to see scary movies and I like going to see scary movies, and we all like to go out to eat and we like to go play in the park, there's 3 commonalities right there that we can do. And so we try to match up with those commonalities so that those insecurities that you have don't cloud your judgment too much.
Did you feel, was there hesitation that you had before you signed up?
Yeah. So I was on the board before I was a big. And you know, I heard all of the good things about being a big, and I thought about doing it a number of times before I actually applied. But the time was one thing that I was really concerned about. I live up in the Lansing area, and so I already have a little bit of a drive to work. And I wasn't sure if I could dedicate the time, and it seemed like a large commitment. It ends up that it's one of the highlights of my week, and I look forward to hanging out with Bella, and so it doesn't seem to me like it's adding anything other than, you know, a good thing. It's not something that adds a burden. The other thing I was a little worried about was the money. Would I have to spend money to do this? Would it be something I would have to add into my budget? But really it's not. A lot of times Bella and I go to the park, we go to the library, we go and do things that are free. If we want to go do something special, we do, but it's not something that was a hindrance to me once I actually learned about the program and, you know, sat down with the match specialist about what is actually required, what is expected. And so both of those really, once I learned more about the program and the requirements, weren't really issues anymore at that point.
Yeah, and I think Big Brothers Big Sisters has some opportunities like Tigers games and things like that to help out with big events. Yeah,
and every month, just about every month, they host an event also for bigs and littles to go to for free. So coming up in February, we have an event at All Skate that I usually take Bella to, and so you go and you skate for free, and it's just a thing you can take your little to, and so most of the time we try to do those too.
Yeah, I remember you were here with Bella a few months ago, and I think she's teaching you Spanish, right?
She's trying, yes. She's teaching me a lot.
I've noticed at the annual awards, there are so many different categories. You mentioned a few of them, but that means there's also a lot of different categories of being a volunteer, too. There's certain, I guess, classifications of bigs that maybe for someone with really limited time can get in, right? Like school-based or something?
Yep, so we have our site-based program, and so that is basically where the big would go to the school during lunch or recess, and they would hang out with the little. So it's not quite as demanding as it's usually once a week or once every other week, and it's not so much time commitment for the big to take on, but it's still very impactful to the child.
Yeah, I think during COVID we lost that program for a while, right?
COVID definitely put a wrench in a lot of things for a lot of people. But it's starting to come back, and what I'm seeing growing is our Site-Based Plus program, which is a little bit of both. It's the best of both worlds. It's our site-based program and our community-based, where they can do both, and that helps the relationship grow.
Well, I appreciate your support of the organization and both of you for being bigs. And thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Call 784-7181 for more information about either of these two events coming up, the Mentor Appreciation Dinner or Bowl for Kids' Sake. Thanks to Sarah Harris and Audra Sales. Well, oh my gosh, we've run out of time. We've run out of video. We've run out of everything. Thanks to Sarah and Audrey for being with us here today. Quick reminder, the Springport Concord boys basketball game has been postponed to Wednesday, which you'll be able to see live on JTV. That's it. Tomorrow on the morning show, the 1000th morning show, Jennifer will be in with Andy, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.